Today we will see how we can add a popover tip into our app, okay? In the previous video, if you haven't checked the previous video, I will strongly recommend you to watch that video first before coming here, okay? So in this video, we will see how we can add this popover tip, okay? And as we said, a tip will help us to talk to our user, okay? Because we want our users to know exactly what our app does, okay, and how to use our app, okay. And as you can see with this tip, okay, we're able to tell our user that this icon is to save this image as a favorite image, okay. So in this video we'll see step by step how we can accomplish this result, okay. Okay, here we have an initial setup, okay, and as you can see what we have this image, okay, and the next thing we have this overlay, okay, and this overlay is simply this title and description, okay, and the code for this overlay is on down here, okay. As you can see we have a on Z stack, okay, and we have a background, okay, linear background. We have this simply because we want this to be because this is white, okay. So what we are doing, we simply apply a black background, okay, before adding a title and description, okay. So what you can do is simply pause this video, okay, and simply copy this, okay, this code, okay, or you can also find the link to this code in the description, okay. Okay, with that said, what we want to do, the first thing we want to do, we want to create a tip, okay, because we want to show this, okay. So what we can do, we can go at the top, and what we want to do, we want to create a tip. So here is going to be scope, and as we said, what we are looking for, we want to create a popover tip, okay. And here we have an error, okay, because we need to import TipKit. So here import, and what we want to import this TipKit, okay, perfect. And now we need to conform to this on tip, okay, and the only thing we need, or the only thing required, is a title, okay. So here what we want to do, we want to provide a title, and as you can see a title, this is a title, save as favorite, okay. So here what we want to add the text, and here for the content, as we said, is this save as favorite. And we also want to add a foreground style, and the color we want is this indigo. Okay, perfect. And now what we want to do, as we did in the previous video, what we want to create an instance of this popover tip, okay. So it's going to be let popover tip, and we want to create a new instance of this popover tip, okay, perfect. And now that we have this, what we want to do, we want to add it to our image, okay. And this is our image, okay. This image, okay, because this image is this one, okay, this guy, this icon, okay. And we want to add this, we want to add our tip to this image, okay, because our tip is related to this image, okay. And yeah, I'm gonna to explain to you what's the difference between an inline tip, okay, because in the previous video we did that inline tip, okay, and in this video we are doing a popover tip, okay. And the difference, as I said in the previous video, an inline tip is part of our structure, okay, of our app structure, okay. So it's part of our UI, okay. And the difference here with this popover tip is that this popover tip will, as the name suggests, okay, it will simply pop on top of this image, okay. So we don't have to worry about the where we want to place it, okay, because in the previous video we created a V stack, okay, because that was an inline tip, okay. So we needed that V stack because we wanted that tip to be inside our app structure, okay. But the difference here with this popover tip, we don't want to worry about where to place it, okay, because SwiftUI will handle it for us. So what we can do, we can simply call this popover tip, okay. And as you can see, we need to provide this tip. So we can select this, and because we have an instance of this, what we can do, we can simply copy this and put it here, okay. And normally only with this everything should be okay. And as we saw in the previous video, we need to initialize this, okay. So what we can do, we can quickly come here, okay, on this popover tip app, and what we want to do, we want to initialize this, okay? And here we will go fast, okay, because we explained everything in the previous video, okay? So here what we want to call this init, okay? And inside this init we want to do a do catch, and inside this do what we want to call this setup tips, okay? And what we can do, we can simply copy and paste, okay, what I have in the finish app. And here we need to import this on TipKit. And in case we have an error, what we want to do, we simply want to print that error. Okay, perfect. Now normally, because now we initialize this, normally if we go back to our app, we are supposed to see our popover tip. Okay, and as we can see, we're able to see this popover tip, okay? And what we need to add this on description, okay? So what we can do, we can come here, and after this title, what we want to provide this on message. And what I can do, I can simply copy and paste what we have in the finished code, okay? So we simply added this description, okay? And as you can see, everything is working perfectly, okay? And if we run this app, okay, it's gonna to be exactly as this one, okay? But I want to show you something else. So here, because we are testing this, okay, what we want to do, normally every time we tap on this, okay, normally it's supposed to go forever, okay, because this is the purpose of the tip, okay. Once the a user are familiar with our app, okay, we don't want to show this every time, okay. We want to only show it one time, okay. But while we are coding this app, what we want to do, we want a way to tell SwiftUI when you initialize this, we want to, every time, for example, we launch this app, okay, we want to see the tip, okay, we want to see the popover, because right now, if I launch the app, for example, as you can see, okay, we have this tip, okay, but if I hit this, okay, and I launch the app again, as we can see, it won't pop up anymore, okay, simply because we already closed this tip, okay. And normally this is the right behavior, okay, but because we are testing, okay, what we can do, yeah, okay, before calling this on tips configure, what we can do, we can simply say, okay, what we want to do, we want to reset everything, okay. So yeah, we can call this tips reset data store, okay. So what it will do, it will erase on the memory, okay. So even if we close the tip, okay, we'll be able to see the tip again, okay, just for testing, okay, just for the sake of testing. So normally with this line of code, if I were to run this app again, normally we are supposed to see our tip again, okay. And as you can see, our tip is back, okay. And of course, you are not supposed to add this line into the production, okay. This is only for testing purposes, okay. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If that's the case, can you please like this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.